Well then, it's time.
We all know this, it's 2026. We've had political crap, we've had tariffs, we've had wars, we have a whole student loan thing coming out July 1st. We've had, the most student loans and mortgages and everything delinquent. Businesses are failing. People's businesses aren't doing great. Some are doing fantastic. We've got a stupid IPO launch for SpaceX and everyone thinks it's going to be the next savior. Like, we have so many things going on from the financial perspective, let alone like the personal, and, there's always school shootings. There's always something, right? It causes a lot of us to like take that in and just not do anything. Like, I'm not going to go out in the world. I'm going to Uber Eats everything. I just don't want to be around people. And I feel like that being paralyzed like that obviously isn't a great thing. I'm not the expert, but I do know it's not a great thing in business for us when we're trying to move forward. When we have all this external things happening and we do start to freeze and just like lock down, because we all have done that, what do we do? Like, where does that go for all of you, of like all this stuff coming on? And I know we all take it on because it's part of when we do content, it's part of our research so we can help others. Like, but that's a lot. And what do regular people who don't have the experience or the abilities to overcome some of that, like, what do they do?
So all of the things that you named there externally, I think are absolutely, they're happening. You're not lying. That's not what I'm meaning to say, is that you're just making things up. But I guess when I was listening to you say that, and what was also coming up for me is just the busyness of life, pending where, families are like right now. So, Stoy, you and I share just that travel sport commonality. I've got 2 middle schoolers. Like, we are in the throes of travel sports. We are in the throes of, all just kind of like the things. And, Uber Eats, Chick-fil-A, like, there are just things sometimes where I find that myself, friends, and other clients, like, what they tend to reach for is convenience, things that make life a little bit easier, because decision fatigue is real. And so what can like people do? I think taking a few moments to just really thoughtfully consider, like, what do I need in this period of time right now that would be helpful for me? So, for example, it's summertime right now and I work from home full time. My 12 and 13-year-old are also home right now. And this is just 10 weeks where my day to day, like my quote unquote 8 to 3 is a little bit more disrupted. It's a little bit more chaotic. I'm not able to have the same rhythms and things that I do during the school year that I do now. And I think the tendency for some people, myself included, is to be very frustrated, to maybe there is some guilt and shame that comes up. Maybe there's a lot of stuff there, but we fight it, right? We don't take time. We just kind of put our head down. Maybe we freeze and just don't do anything, but we might also just fight it internally, with how we speak to ourselves or about the situation. And so I do think taking some time to thoughtfully think through, hey, what do I need, kind of in this season? For me, what that looks like, if we're talking about just some practical strategies, I have changed when I go for walks to first thing in the morning. So I've kept my wake up time the same, even though my kids aren't getting up and going to school, and I'm choosing to go and get my walks in during that time. Also, I live in Georgia, and here in a few weeks, it's going to be hotter than Hades for about 60 to 90 days. So there's some advantage there from a physical exercise. But we've also thought about convenience, too. What does that look like during this time? Things that maybe we might pay for that are a little bit more convenient, and that's okay. And accepting that this is temporary. I think that is the key for seasons of life, whether, even like political climate, market volatility, like these are seasons. They are generally, knock on wood, I will say temporary states. And if we can remind ourselves like that this is temporary. And so in this temporary state, what do I need? What will help me to be able to get through, thoughtfully thinking through and considering that, at least, it might be helpful. It may not solve everything, but it might just be helpful enough to give you just a little bit more, mental, emotional, or even physical bandwidth.
Totally agree with that. And I think it's really important to also shrink the time horizon in your mind, because the mind has a tendency to just project everything that we need to do within the next year, 5 years. We're thinking not only about these on an immediate scale, but how is the world going to be for my kids and next generations? And that's just something naturally that the mind does. So recognizing that and really starting to just focus on what is one thing I can do in the next 30 minutes or in this day to push me one step forward of training my nervous system to be able to hold and receive more. So I think it helps to really separate the thinking mind from the doing mind. When we can give ourselves proof and evidence of what we're doing, it helps rein the mind in so that it's not so concerned with those long-term things that still need to be done. So I like to even make like a have done list, not just a to-do list, because sometimes my to-do list can get so overwhelming and I do start to feel that overwhelm where you just kind of want to procrastinate. So just keeping like a note in my phone of key things that I've done over the week. So when I do start to feel those lulls, I can return to it and say, I've actually done a lot. Yes, nothing maybe is moving in the direction that I wanted, but I know that I'm putting the effort and the momentum out there. And as soon as I transition out of this fight or flight, I'm going to be open to more opportunities.
Oh, I'd love to tag on that because I want to go on the fight or flight experience for sure. And in the scenario you were painting, Stoy, I feel like, the emotional experience of like getting inundated with the bad news and stuff is a feeling of helplessness. That's one of the most painful things for us to feel is to feel ineffective, especially if we're the kind of person who likes to do things or likes to fix things. But then we hear the news, it's like, there's no way little old me can do anything. And so I think there's a couple things with that. First is kind of like the Fred Rogers, like look for the helpers. Like I look for the glimmers. There is good news out there, everybody. Like there's good news. You do have to look for it, but there's totally good news, like.
Actually, there's an Instagram account called like good news or something like, I forget the handle.
Exactly.
There's literally an Instagram account that is dedicated like just to good news to that point, Rachel.
Yeah, let's find that. And we do have to look for it because the bad news dominates because our brains are wired like safety, where are all the threats? So I think number one, just like look for the good news, in your present community, your friends, your neighbors, like this whole bond release just happened in Denver and all of our parks are getting redone. Like, okay, there's good news out there. And so I think that's number one. And then, but number two, following that line. So I come from an art therapy background. It feels really good when you feel ineffective is to make something with your hands. And I'm a huge fan of rekindling hobbies. And that's like no joke. Hobbies just aren't an extra. I really think they're core, and it got to have something that is non-monetized, not part of your career, something that's totally different. And a lot of my clients, their financial healing journey often includes rekindling an old hobby or committing to a hobby that they had been interested in and had put off. Like these are not nice to haves. They are got to haves to like, how do you feel like a person? And often our hobbies are social, not always, but often it is about bringing people together you wouldn't otherwise be with, and to make something, to do something that is outside of the commercialism, productivity trap, like you said, Tessa. I really love that. Like I play music with other parents once a month. And these are parents that never come to school functions, aren't involved in the PTA. It's like a dad with a broken guitar and a 6-pack of beer, and I wouldn't know him any other way. But we rock out to 90s songs every third Wednesday. And it is everything for me. And then I can weather some of the bad news, right? Because like my cup is filled. So find the glimmers, get into your hobbies.
I love that. It's not nice to have, it's gotta have. Because we take so much of these and just consider them like, oh, it's nice to, do these things. It's nice to do wellness. They're all feel good kind of habits, but it's really
Self-care.
like rewiring the nervous system from the inside out. So gotta have.
Yeah.
I feel triggered by this whole conversation.
Oh no.
No, it's a good thing though. I think it's good. I think I as Stoic, I like to feel triggered. Like it means good content.
It means I'm alive.
Yeah, and it's something that I struggle with. That's why it's like something I struggle with personally. The last 3 years, but really 2 years of my life, I've been in a full-time caregiving role. And so like that brought like a whole other side of emotional stress to me, but also showed me how important it is for me to stay into my routine and do these things that I need to do. And you just saying, Rachel, like you fill your cup by, playing music. Like I love that. I went and took a dance class last month and I was like, I need to do this stuff. Right. And so that's why I say it's triggering, because I'm like, I know I got to be better about this, but it's something, and for anybody who's listening, who's like me, who really struggles with it, you kind of do have to force yourself in the beginning. You got to force yourself. You got to force yourself to do it. And I know that every time I do, right? Even if it's like, I live in Florida, so I'm right there with you, Ashley. It's already hot here. And so it's like, even
just
if
come up to Denver. Come to Denver.
I love Denver. I used to live in Denver. I lived in Denver, actually. Yeah,
I'll come if they have sweet tea. When they start making sweet tea,
Okay, you have to teach us.
what
Teach
they
us
sell,
how.
then I will move there. But until then,
Okay, teach
I
us how.
love Denver. It's amazing. But yeah, I just think that really tapping into your routine, making sure that you're doing these things, surrounding yourself by the right people. That's something else that I really noticed, how much my personal energy gets drained by people. And so like refilling my own cup is huge, whether that's with people or more often than not without. And once you can, I think that plays a role too, like understanding your own energetic levels and stuff and what you can take on. Tapping in. Sorry, I don't want to go all spiritual on everybody, but it does. It helps. It helps. So yeah, everything you guys are saying, I'm like, I need to listen to this a little deeper, because I think a lot of us know what we need to do, right? And it's like we know what we have to do. We know what's going to make us feel better, but it's the actual doing part. So it's like we can have the intention behind it, but until we're actually doing it, I think that's where I sit. And I'm going to assume I'm not alone in that.
Could I feel like I want to close the loop also, that I think things like, your dance class, music or getting with community or whatever. And if there is like a cost involved or a financial component, that's often like a really helpful thing for my clients. Oh, would I rather DoorDash tonight, or do I want to pay for that guitar lesson? Right. And now I have something I'm going towards, and like, what is filling your cup? What's feeling really good and like helping me feel like a person? And if there is a financial component, then now we're working towards something. And that thing that is regulating for you, when you're more regulated, you'll be less inclined to impulse spend. You'll interface with your money more often. Like that's how it all, I think, feeds into itself, because willpower is just a really finite resource. But if you can start the flywheel of signing up for the class, right, prepaying for it, going with some friends who will remind you or be like, we missed you in class. I think we're so driven in this society that like, I have to, bootstrap it. I have to, and sometimes we need that little spark to get going, but with our relationships, with maybe putting a little skin in the game financially, these things actually can help us find that motivation to stay in it. And then it's a flywheel and it fulfills itself.
From a practical step, this is what we do for everyone's budget. It's a line item. We call it fun money or joy money. Larry Sprung, another CFP of mine, terms the toy joy, but either joy or fun money. You have to have this allocation in your budget. I don't care if it's 25, 50, 100, whatever the number is for your budget, but this is money that you literally could set on fire if you want to. Just don't, please do it, something that does bring you joy, but using that for yourself allows you to already know it's not coming from another bucket. Because a lot of us do get stuck and frozen of, well, I'm maxed out on my budget, right? I have everything allocated. I can't go do that for myself. I cannot go do the Pilates class, or I cannot go buy steak and cook it for myself. Like, I can't do those things that bring me joy because it's not in my budget. And that's why we need to have that fun or joy money budget line item for these specific reasons, to already tell yourself, yeah, go do it. Like, you are allowed to, you need to, you have to, you get to, whatever word you need to use. It's already put into the budget, and it allows that freedom of choice, in my opinion.
Can I just add one thing, because you just said that? That is like probably my favorite thing about working with you, besides our relationship, my cousin, brother, not. But I like that I don't feel guilty about those things that I need. Like, I get monthly massages. That shit's not going anywhere. Like, I need that for like my massage therapist. Like, she's like a healer. I'm like, this woman resets me every single month. Like, yes, is it an expense? Yeah, is it an expense I probably don't need? Sure, but no, like, mentally, it makes all the difference for me. And not having guilt from you around having, like, to be needing to do that for myself. Oh man, it's huge. Like, I mean, I remember when you told me I could only get my nails done once a month. Cool, I'm okay with that as long as I can get them done, because it's part, like, that kind of stuff does make me feel more like myself. And I think that if people understood that, or had the right financial people in their corner, that really lessened a lot. That made me feel a lot better. It meant a lot to me.
Yeah. And Christina, I always like to think of it as like, you're throwing more money in the economy. You're supporting all these other businesses like nails, massage, like these are people's livelihoods. This is what makes, it's reciprocity is how we get more and grow more. So when we're in that scarcity mindset, we tend not to be as giving because we start to hoard and we start, out of fear. So recognizing and just changing your perception in the moment of, I have no guilt about this because I'm supporting this other business or I'm supporting these industries, can go a long way.
All right, let's take a quick intermission before the third topic. This intermission is brought to you and sponsored by Ashley and her recipe for her sweet tea. So Ashley, go ahead, tell us your recipe for sweet tea.
Whoa. Okay. What if that's like proprietary? Like, we did not go over this at the beginning. So we're talking like Southern sweet tea, AKA like diabetes in a cup, right?
Well, I mean, allegedly we can't get you out of the state of Georgia unless we have this.
Well, it's not the state of Georgia, like the Southeast. Like, let's be clear. Okay. I am a North Carolina girl, like at my heart and core, like born and raised, and hopefully will die a North Carolina girl. I am just forced to live in Georgia right now. Right. But where
Actually, the people want to know, the people need to know
where my boundaries lie are states that serve sweet tea in their restaurants. Like, so I mean, the recipe is simple. It's black tea, and sugar. Now there's some key, like, strategies here. Like there's like the sugar water tea, like ratio, like how strong, like the tea. There are like some, individual preferences here. Lipton is not sweet tea. Like Lipton sweet in a bottle, like that is not Southern like sweet tea. It needs to be like just enough, like, kind of sweet, like thickness to where it's satiating, like feels good, like with a lot of ice. Oh, that's the other thing too, is that you have to have the right ice, because you can't have big ice cubes because they're just terrible. You need almost like the pellet ice,
like the Sonic ice,
kind of. Yeah. And listen, there might be some people that have different thoughts and feelings about this, and they're wrong. But like the ice can also be like a deal breaker here. I could talk about sweet tea for a long time, probably than what this intermission allows. But I am just here to say on record, states that do not offer sweet tea as like this is a, staple in our restaurant, you won't find me moving there. I'm not moving to those states. So, and I'm pretty sure Colorado is one of them. So I will visit.
You for sure. We'd have some like agave nectar, hippie.
That's not, that might be healthy and that is great. But I'm talking like the white, like sugar, like
diabetes.
Yes, like I need diabetes in a cup. Like,
do you do sun?
Like my teeth need to hurt when I drink it.
Oh, do you do sun tea? Have you done sun tea?
Sun tea?
I have a Georgia boy, and he makes sun tea.
Is that lemonade sweet tea? Lemonade sweet tea?
No, it's like
out in the
And you
sun.
put it outside. He's like, yeah, like he's from Georgia. He's such a Georgia boy.
Does he
And
also eat red
literally-
clay? Like, because I don't.
The sun tea threw me, man. I was like, so this is baking outside to like steep, and he's like, yeah. He left it out there for like 8 hours, man. It was so good.
Maybe.
Like,
I don't know.
crazy.
That sounds, what do the kids say? That sounds sus.
Einstein, but it's sweet tea. It's just another way of making it.
I'll try it. I will
should.
try it, but I'm pretty bougie and opinionated about it. And maybe if he has the right ice, like it's fine. It's great. I don't know.
I agree with you on the ice. It's the way you started.
Oh shit! Yeah, and I'm glad I did. That was hilarious. It was when Ashley went into a different realm. By the way, she like looked here and did this. I knew she was envisioning like it's not watery, it's not syrup, but there's this, and that's what she was getting at. And internally, I could not. Like I felt.
I feel like we need to like zoom on Ashley's face for the edit. And, like,
I have way too strong. I have way too many opinions about this. Way too many.
You left like therapy land. Like you are no longer a therapist.
I'm so sorry. All I can say is sweet tea and barbecue. If I will talk for like ad nauseum and share my opinion, I'm not ashamed. I will. Those are hills I'll die on, talking about what's right and wrong when it comes to sweet tea and barbecue. So yeah.
Well, this intermission was brought to you by Ashley and her fascination with sweet tea. Sweet tea is delicious. On our next intermission, next one will be about barbecue. So, folks, stay tuned
Ready
for that.
The preceding program was sponsored by Black Mammoth. Any awards, rankings, or recognition by unaffiliated third parties or publications are in no way indicative of the advisor's future performance or any individual client's investment success. No award, ranking, or recognition should be construed as a current or past endorsement of Black Mammoth. Information regarding specific awards, rankings, or recognitions is available on the Black Mammoth website, www.blackmammoth.com. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. Investment strategies such as asset allocation, diversification, or rebalancing do not assure or guarantee better performance and cannot eliminate the risk of investment losses. There are no guarantees that a portfolio employing these or any other strategy will outperform a portfolio that does not engage in such strategies. This broadcast should not be construed by any client or prospective client as a solicitation to effect or attempt to effect transactions and securities or the rendering of personalized investment advice due to various factors including changing market conditions. The information discussed in this broadcast may no longer be reflective of current positions or recommendations. While information presented is believed to be factual and up-to-date, Black Mammoth do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. The tax and estate planning information discussed is general in nature and is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Listeners should consult an attorney or tax professional regarding their specific legal or tax situation. Past performance is not indicative of future results.